Okay, is Dallas City Hall falling apart? I mean, really falling apart? Beyond repair.
There has been no study suggesting that there are serious structural problems at Dallas City Hall.
But there is a detailed, independent study.
I know the building very well. So what I did was, again, take a look at the projects that I was involved in and compare those to the repairs that were shown as outstanding in the facility condition assessment of 2016. There's no crisis at City Hall, let's put it that way. The building has been updated. The structural engineers have also identified there are no structural issues with the garage. There are just water infiltration issues. So there's not a single critical failing piece that would prevent them from continuing to operate at City Hall.
It's not structurally unsound. It's somewhat absurd to say that the building is somehow structurally unsound. That building will be here long after all of us are gone and long after most of the buildings in downtown are gone. It is a very stout building.
Financial sinkhole?
When this conversation started, the original numbers I recall seeing in the morning news were in the 60 million to 100 million range. And then somehow by the time it got in front of the finance committee of the council and in front of the city council, they were up to 350 million. And then after that, they went up to 595 million. So how can you take those numbers seriously? They feel like that. To be honest, they feel like propaganda.
These numbers are so far out there, I wonder what drives them. I can't imagine we would need that much work without it being painfully obvious to any of us walking around. That, to me, would suggest there'd been a disaster, a catastrophe. It got hit by a tornado. It had a disastrous fire or something. But we all know none of that's the case.
So what would repairs cost?
My number comes to about $25 to $30 million in escalated number to today. It's not a defensible proposal to think that the city has to abandon City Hall to move into probably an equally old building downtown and start over.
You know, this is one of the most surreal things when you're over there listening to these conversations in the council chambers in front of the council at the Horseshoe. They say, oh, this building's in horrible shape. It's falling apart. And then you look around this council chamber and you think, this is pretty good. I mean, there's not much wrong with this building. This is a very sound, very solid building. It's absurd on the face of it.
There is absolutely nothing to indicate that this building isn't viable for centuries.
Truly, this is Roman architecture at its finest. The building itself will never fall down. I believe it will last 1,000 years. I don't know how anyone will be able to tear it down, actually.